about teams learning to play against Night Stalker. Winter Wyvern's another hero that I feel like teams have learned how to cope with. You can get Spirit Vessel to negate a lot of heal from that Cold Embrace. You pick an OD to kill people through the Cold Embrace, and all of a sudden, a lot of the games I've seen with Wyvern recently, Cold Embrace hasn't looked like a hard save to me anymore.
Well, you know, we might as well just start calling him Snakeo.
No.
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 Well, that's what I'm going to call
No.
Sir Snakeo.
No.
That's what I'm doing.
Slacks, please stop talking.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Okay, so this is a Pasha Nature's Prophet. Again, the comment that we always make with Nature's Prophets drafts is, are you going to be able to compensate for the lack of initiation with that hero?
Yeah, but we can look for that from the supports. Like, I prefer to look at the Nature's Prophet as just making it so VP have an answer they didn't have in Game 2, which is the ability to have a lot more global presence and split presence. So you can be a lot more mischievous with the Nature's Prophet, but it's the early rotations that can come in, work Nature's Prophet together, have the Arctic Burn actually attack like well, and then find some synergy in the lane itself from the other cores. And you can be very aggressive. Like, they still got their 4 position they can pick up. This will be a 5 Wyvern.
Interested here if they're going to try to find something specifically to counter that Nature's Prophet. I mean, Night Stalker does a pretty good job just with vision and all that, but when's the last time you saw a nice Spirit Breaker come out, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd a cow at?
Well, we've seen that several times. Virtus Pro has rocked the Darkseer Spirit Breaker combination a few times. Of course, this time it'd be in the side of NaVi, but again...
You'd have to push Night Stalker into a 3-roll or Spirit Breaker into a 3-roll, so I don't think it'll fit the draft for NaVi currently. But you can look for other things. Like, we could look towards the mids, we can look towards... potentially, I don't know if you want to drag a Storm Spirit into this game and ask the expert on my right.
So the idea behind going Wyvern NP is because Wyvern counters the heroes that counter NP. So if you think about it, like the best hero against NP has long been considered Sven, but Wyvern is considered the counter to Sven, right? Because you can just Winter's Curse and whatever he jumps on, you can always just Ice Block. So you don't really care. So it works in that duality. So when you take one, you cover the weakness of the other and vice versa.
Oh.
And NP is also really good against Night Stalker because you can play the vision game against this hero. Because anytime, you know, you're a Nature's Prophet, you get to send Treants out to scout things ahead. It's easier to play the vision-based game. And there's a third layer here in that Nature's Prophet is really good at pushing. So when you go for these like pushes, Night Stalker doesn't do anything. Like, this hero is meant to like pick off, get you map control, and scare people into hiding in their base. Well, if you're playing against pushing base lineups, you don't really care about that because you're grouped up anyways.
Yep.
So no one's getting picked off. And that's why the duality works. But then NaVi takes like the Weaver because you can't take these heroes that are good against Treants, but you still need something that's really good in the laning phase. Because that's what NP does well, is that you don't really want to trade any hits with this hero. So you take a hero like Weaver, and then so for VP, now they get a reveal of the core pick. So this is the most common combo, I think, for Wyvern, is you almost always take the Slardar. It's not just because of the Weaver, it's just like a really good synergy and good pairing. And this is a hero that has more team fight. It has an AoE stun. It kind of makes up for the Nature's Prophet's weaknesses in that regard.
10 seconds.
The other thing about VP, I talked about, I felt like in the last draft, they had a real disadvantage in terms of wave clear from their support position. The Winter Wyvern also addresses that really nicely.
Also does...
one of us. Excellent pushing support, and to some extent the Slardar as well.
I'm not sure I agree with the Slardar thing, but...
No,
like,
he's not like a, but he does have an AoE nuke, right? Which is, he's a better pusher than probably Disruptor is, I guess.
How dare you? That Thunder Strike is a fantastic push, especially with the 40 talent. Nah,
sorry, go
you're
ahead,
really
Blitz.
upsetting me.
So if you see Virtus Pro's lineup, like you can even take, you could have taken something like Dusa yourself because you understand like they're gonna push. Like people don't traditionally think of Slardar as a pushing hero, but he is in the sense that like he gets you that Roshan objective really quickly and he speeds up the course of the game. Because at any point when this hero hits level 6, you just send some Treants in with Slardar and they'll take on Roshan really quickly. So now for NaVi, they have to kind of anticipate this like sped up game. They can take, I mean, they've got options here. I think you want something though that can clear and play like the backline game. So this might be one of the few games where like Lina is somewhat viable as an option. Just something really mobile that shows out waves. So they actually take Death Prophet.
I mean, that is very mobile, kind of a backline hero that does a lot of damage, so I can see that.
It wave shoves, and it deals with the treants.
Exactly. That's the big thing, is that NaVi are looking at the pushing potential of Virtus Pro, and they're going to take that Death Prophet so that if Virtus Pro is making those aggressive rotations, they're going to be able to take down that mid tower extremely quickly.
They can counter push, and you actually have someone holding the hand of the Shadow Shaman this time around, so Death Prophet and Shaman are able to force down the towers, while Weaver is this nice single target focus too, so no matter what the VP lineup now goes into as far as their cores go, if they just need to deal with one primary target, they're able to do so.
I just worry because if there's one thing that Death Prophet hates, it's burst physical. And
you think it's CK? Or
they
what?
they don't have a save for the Death Prophet right now on the NaVi side at all. They have very little way to protect her in a fight. You got the CK, you got again the Luna. Death Prophet plays so badly against burst damage with no save on her side. And NaVi just don't have a way, unless maybe they go Ags on Weaver, which feels really bad here. There's really nothing to protect the DP.
We didn't get to see much of Luna in Shanghai.
She got picked once or twice. They did the as Jack deemed it, like the Death Star Luna.
Yeah.
You go Kaya, Refresher, Ags.
Oh God, that happened in my pubs, and I flamed that guy so bad until we won. I still reported him. Kaya, Luna, kill me, guys. It's real. Okay, so NaVi, you know, I don't want to be this guy, but couldn't NaVi pick up an Omni Knight here?
NaVi do have last overall pick, and they obviously value that because they've gone for second pick in all 3 of these games.
I take like Batter Tide.
Yeah, but we need something to defend this Death Prophet. If they go on her.
But you also need that initiation, right?
Yeah, you could take Legion. Legion would be pretty sick. You get the ability to clear.
Sure.
Don't you need AoE initiation if you're NaVi? Do you really have that much faith in your push in making VP come to you that you're willing to forego AoE initiation entirely?
Like Tide?
Yeah, that's what the Tide can fit in.
I said Tide.
Oh, you said Tide.
Yeah,
okay.
I said Tide or Bat, because Bat's really good against NP.
I was focusing more on the Bat of the Legion.
But I think
sorry about that.
I think Legion has like a ton of value in terms of like you get to get rid of the Slaughter Amp.
NaVi fans out there, what up? Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm all excited. All right.
Wait, I'm on camera? What?
VP banned
That's the real question.
So
what is A3?
Wow. VP is really thinking that NaVi might throw this Weaver in the offlane.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Huh.
All right.
It would have been a lot of like overwhelming pressure. The VP don't have like
take SF.
By the way, that is a really, really good DK ban by NaVi. No one 45 and 17 on his Dragon Knight all time, and it's a really good hero for that lineup.
If you want a 5-man on VP, you take something like SF, and that would explain the TB ban. But I don't know if they will. I don't have the hero list in front of me. I'm really bad at remembering all the heroes.
I'm telling you, you really got to get a tattoo. If you got a full sleeve of Dota
just
heroes,
Dota heroes,
that'd
common
be so
mid
sick.
picks.
Common mid-pick tats. Hello out there, crowd.
Again, in the meta right now, when you don't know what to pick for your mid lane, you can just pick Queen. Puck's another one that's still on the table. I don't know about that. Wow, this is, I mean, classic CIS Dota though. Push versus push.
Oh, this is going to be so sick. They're just going to run at each other all game. Ladies and germs, if you're looking for some blood happening here, it is happening here. This is the game to watch.
10 seconds.
It's going to be so fun.
So you see VP, they push. They picked a lot of different heroes for this. This is the way that you counter NS as a hero conceptually. And for NaVi, you need to stall. Like, you need heroes that just hold the game. I think Tide, Legion, and Bat all have good value because they all do something different. Like, the Legion will shove out waves and he gets rid of Amp. But they take CG and it is an offlane Weaver.
Yeah, it's going to be a General Weaver, and I actually think this is the right answer, tempo-wise. I think CK, man, I don't know who thought that it would be balanced to move that level 25 talent on Reality Rift to level 20, but that hero, his power spike now, when he gets that heart online at around the same time as that level 20 Reality Rift talent, he can just grab Luna through that BKB and she just dies.
Potentially, sir. Potentially.
All right, guys, it's pick time. Who we believing in here?
I like how we always get to start with me. I actually think VP is going to be able to push a lot earlier than NaVi will be ready for. I don't think the CK will be online by that point. So I'm going to lean towards VP, but I do like the draft from NaVi.
I've gone VP twice in a row. I guess I'm biased. I'll go VP again. I just don't think that NaVi with these 3 cores function, but who knows?
Sorry, NaVi. I got to stick with my head this time. I think Winter Wyvern is fantastic against CK, so I'm actually going to ride the VP train.
It's funny because I'm going to pick VP here, but I'm a little concerned that we're all for VP because I think this CK could really dominate. Guys, one more game to decide who moves on here in our first series of the major. One more time, here are OD, Pixel, and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Nahaz. Here we have it. Game 3, VP versus NaVi. What a game 2. A very long and exciting one, no doubt. Would have been quite draining for both of the teams, but they're ready to go back in for this final decider. And once again, some new heroes entering the fray.
Yes, we have Leshrac mid.
Very bit of an interesting switch up indeed. Roger comes in with the wall. We'll go a quick rundown of who's on who. Over on VP, we have got Ramses. He'll be carrying on Luna. Lil roaming around the map on Slaughter. Solo looking to make the plays, make the saves on the Winter's Wyvern. We've got no one. Looking to disco it up in the mid lane on the old Lightning Pony. And top lane, Pasha on his off lane, Nature's Prophet. Over on the side of NaVi, Dendi, Death Prophet. Seneko, Shaman once again. General bringing a Weaver on the off lane. Roger moving around the map on Night Stalker. And last but not least, Crystallize. We saw his incredible morphling in game 2. This time he's going to show us what he can do on the CK.
Yeah, so VP right off the bat, they send the tree in bottom. It actually gets killed by NaVi, so NaVi, they do have that one extra last hit, but they saw 4 heroes of NaVi down there, so they were going to push into advantage to try to take the rune, but now NaVi actually gets thwarted away as well.
Lil gets the crush on Dendi. They got the shackles to hold back one of them, and I'll tell you what, that is going to save the day. Dendi may just survive here. He's got the siphon. Lil's coming in, he's got another crush. And he can't quite close the gap. Dendi will survive. And with that, they'll turn and look towards Lil. And not only will he survive, I think they're going to get the first blood here for sure. Seneko has the shackles. And I have to say, that shackle from Seneko onto Luna, without a shadow of a doubt, being what saves Dendi there in that situation. Making sure that extra person getting in the right click doesn't go through, and they get first blood off the back of it.
Yeah, so VP, like I was saying, they knew that there was 4 heroes bottom initially, so they went top, they contested the rune. They got 3 bounty runes, actually, I think, on the side of VP. Yes, they did. But yeah, that shackle was absolutely perfect. Again, Seneko, right at the start of the game, doing the perfect movement. So, I liked, one of the big points I liked that the panel was talking about is the response to the Night Stalker. So VP drafted a pretty heavy push kind of lineup coming out. So versus Night Stalker, the idea of the hero is you want to, when the map gets split up, you want to be able to find these pickoffs with the hero. But if they're just grouping up and pushing, that kind of like ruins the idea of the hero in a way. And mid, oh my god, Roger's actually dead.
Yeah, you've got to respect this chainstone. They didn't mess it up the first time, VP, where both Nolan and Lil went in at the same time. But as we saw there, when they do it perfectly one after another, it's very scary. And as soon as there's a couple of levels, that is a lot of nuke damage. If you get caught out by one of these stuns, you're probably going to die in that mid lane. Top lane, crystallizes Seneko. Looking for the chase down onto Pasha. Seneko, by the looks of it, couldn't quite get the shackles. So Pasha will be fine, and he's able to turn a bully. And we can expect a very solid performance from Pasha on that top lane. His Nature's Prophet, very, 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 very strong.
I can't stop hearing the taunt. The disco, it just really gets to me. Yeah, I think the other thing that I really like that they were talking about, I think that Haas was mentioning, is there's no save on the side of NaVi for this Death Prophet. And in the past, I've seen Dendi actually, I think, win, I want to say all the games of DreamLeague with Death Prophet.
He's got to have a very good win rate on
I think
Death
3
Prophet.
games of DreamLeague he played Death Prophet and won all 3.
I mean, you say there's no save, but I think we can maybe expect this game to see the Axe Weaver come through.
Sure,
eventually.
that's the one.
It's a long way away, of course, but it may come through.
That could be the one, yes, of course, because it is the offlane Weaver, so we could see that come into play. Top, Pasha, getting pressured again.
Oh, it's close.
Is okay.
Yeah, not close enough. Pasha fine with stick charges. Crystallize sounds himself back up. Bottom lane, General. Being chased down here by Ramses and Solo. As it has been down here, he's got himself a few CS, but certainly struggling in terms of trying to have any sort of impact against the Luna in this lane. Ramses, perfect CS, 17 for 6. He's having an absolutely free lane with the backup of Solo, making it very hard for General to really get stuck in that match.
That really is the big difference.
Yeah.
Like Weaver can't really contest and slow down a Luna's farm by any means, while Nature's Prophet, one of the most disruptive offlaners in the game. You just constantly throwing Treants on the carry, Treants on the support, right-clicking him over and over again. It's very obnoxious to play against. And you see it already affecting Crystallize. 11-4 compared to 21-9 of the Luna. Now Lil, making his moves around, wants to probably claim that that bounty rune once it comes out at 4 minutes. Maybe waiting for the Weaver to try to go back since he saw the General was quite low. And General is kind of just walking around, maybe looking to try to go for some unexpected mid rotation.
Yeah. Thinking about the unexpected movement on mid. It is a bit of a tricky one, but if no one comes forward, they've got a good chance. They've got the bugs out. I mean, they're going to have to dive, and they're not going to be allowed to. Mass TP's coming through.
Wow.
And will be cancelled as soon as they see the Na'Vi back off.
Even Ramses was TPing in there as the Luna. But yeah, both cancelled out. Level 1 TPs. The dream.
Yeah, absolutely, just allowing to have those sort of pocket bait plays. But now they know that there won't be any TPs. With those two CPs already sort of baited out, no one could be in trouble. Gets a nice stun on Dendi, keeping Dendi back. Roger trying to dive, has to be careful at the tower as he himself gets brought down low. The wraparounds there from Pasha as he and Lil have come, turned up to town, look to block Dendi off with a beautiful sprout from Pasha. Dendi's caught it. It's going to try for an ancient deny. It's a hard one, and it'll be an unsuccessful one. Pasha gets the final touch. They take down Dendi down bottom. Ramses and Solo move in onto Suneko, who was given the lane after General made the moves. They'll take down the Shaman with ease. And Na'Vi indeed getting a little too deep there with that dive.
Yeah, a bit overzealous from them, for sure. Getting all the way to tier 2. Leshrac, one of the faster heroes in the game, able to just back off.
They found Roger.
When they get the stun coming out, do they have enough to bring him down, though? They do not.
Now CS for the CK, 21 for 9. Still a bit behind Ramses.
Look at Dendi in the mid lane, though. 19-10 to the 15-5 Lesh.
Face boots for Pasha, complete, so he can put even more pressure on that top lane.
Really important to see, like, I want to see the same thing coming out from Navi, and they are kind of doing that this game, is the rotations from the supports. That was, in my opinion, in the last game, the biggest thing that stood out for me, is Roger and Suneko were just killing it with their movements around the map to the point where they had a decent advantage coming out. Here we go, bottom. They're looking to pressure Ramses here.
Diving in. Are there any TPs? So that's the question. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Solo's there. Oh, they have got Pasha, of course. Comes in with the teleport. They've got their eyes on Snake on the side of it. Snake's going to be first to fall. General falling. Again, these sprouts blocking him off, making sure that he's stuck within range of the tower. And that will be 3 kills for VP. Na'Vi cannot afford to continue to make these sort of plays. They're diving in behind towers, and VP more than able to react. Having Lil slither quickly into place. Pasha globally TPing around the map.
The 1-1-1 build by the Wyvern really paying off there, having that cold embrace, really turning the tides of the fight. And then, of course, Pasha and Lil having the perfect positioning to TP in, turn it around very quickly. So good responses coming out from VP. They're about to have Luna with Eclipse as well.
Lil in the mid, Invis room. Looks for the setup onto Dendi. Got the secondary stun. They've got quite enough damage though. The Siphon's coming through, Dendi. Thinking about turning. Sprout setups there from Pasha, but a quick flap of the wings from Roger. Gets him to safety.
Very important as a Night Stalker though, especially in this first night, to have a heavy impact. And so far, it's almost 3 minutes into that nighttime, and Roger is 0-2 still. So he's not having that type of impact that he did last time on the Doom. Now top, they are trying to dive here onto Solo, but there's heavy responses.
Yeah, the ult comes out from Crystallize. Con Embrace is there. Shackles coming through, but the backup from VP is there as well. Ramses trying to turn towards Crystallize. The Sprout's sort of working against them as space will be there for Crystallize to back up. So VP unable to punish Na'Vi this time. Na'Vi do get away with the kill, and they get out of there.
Crystallize also got the illusion proc there, so there was the 3rd illusion from Phantasm, and Ramses did have Eclipse, but I don't think he wanted to commit it because of that extra illusion that came out.
And trying for efficiency here as well. Looking to try and steal some of these neutrals from Pasha, and he'll get one.
Oh, and the 2 hits. Oh, and it's a nice little crit there. Nicely done.
Dendi in the mid lane still with the lead.
Yeah, still doing very well. 700 gold over no one.
see if they can make any sort of move. Lil, level 4.
How's General doing? General has caught up decently to bottom. Got in some space. He's already level 6, finished up now too.
Yeah, that's run into Ramses. Well, as quickly as he runs into him, run away from him.
So first Knight goes through, and they got, what, they got the 1 kill on Lil, and then they lost 3 heroes bottom, so overall, the first Knight not too successful for Roger.
They are getting the space for the cause then, NaVi.
Sure. They did make, they did make a decent amount for Crystallize. But then, I mean, Dendi overall has just been having a very good lane, pretty much on his own in that mid lane. But yeah, so the space factor can definitely be, can be noted.
I mean, I think as well we're seeing now that mid lane, it's very hard for VP to make a goal on the Death Prophet, even if they land both the stuns, because there'll always be the chance to get the siphons out.
There is a lot of damage now, though. No one has hit level 6.
Okay.
When the ult comes out, yeah, it's quite substantial, 100 damage per second. Deep aggressive wards were placed by NaVi, so they are going to be able to watch while no one does farm these 2 camps in the meantime. Are there any stacks coming out from NaVi in the jungle? Because usually when they play, like when Dendi's playing Death Prophet or Lina, like these kind of like mid heroes that he likes to play with the spam, they usually have stacks, but I don't see any actually set up for him this time around.
Ramses is left on his own as the rest of VP look to make the plays towards either the mid or the top lane. We'll see where Solo and Lil want to head. They've got their eyes on Dendi at the moment. They'll look to try and close the gap. They have the slow. TP's already coming through from Snake. Oh, that silence. Beautiful silence from Dendi. Immediately puts a stop to any sort of follow-up stun. Pasha will TP in, but they aren't finding anything with this one. 4 heroes in on mid from VP. Nice skill build. It won't accomplish anything.
Yeah, the 4-1-2 build, instead of having Exorcism, having that point of silence, literally just saved his life. NaVi smoked up.
Oh, Snakeo's got a haste. He's chasing in. Lil got the crush.
Quick stun. Trying to get aggressive here onto Ramses, and Ramses is just like, all right, I'm going top then. I don't want to give Roger just a free lane up here. I want us to not get ganked either. Maybe just be able to push down Roger. Actually getting run down here by Ramsey.
He's got to stay near the creeps. He knows that the Eclipse is there. He's trying to play his way around with it. He has the silence. TP through from Pasha again. There's the silence from Dendi. Catches out 2. It's not enough to save Roger. Tried his best there with the TP and Dendi. Roger will still go down.
The movement speed from Luna just having, I mean, Night Stalker's 335 with just brown boots. Luna's 388 with treads. So just much higher, able to close the gap. Crystallize now bottom with the catapult wave. They're going to probably clear that tier 1 out while VP pressures that top tower.
Roger in on mid, just looking for any sort of lane that he can find to get the XP.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Glyph was forced now, so no one will use Edict on the mid tower, and it's going to get brought down pretty quickly with that level 4 Edict from the Leshrac.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Dendi has to be careful how he pokes around there. He's got backup. General will TP in. VP trying to make the move onto Dendi. They found the first stun. Wards are down for Snake.
Oh, and they bail instantly.
Trying to push VP back as much as they can. General looking for the chase down. Lil comes in the midst of it all again. There's the silence into the shackles. They're holding Lil in place. They're bringing Lil down. The beam from Ramsey's not enough to get the kill onto Seneko. He'll be able to keep his distance as well. The NaVi, they do still lose the tower. VP get the tower, cost them the life of Slaughter.
They had to use Serpent Wards too, which actually didn't really claim anything. But now they can't use that to actually pressure a tower for themselves, like either the mid or top tier 1. VP probably with a slight little advantage there coming out. So do we have any ancient stacks coming out from the Luna? For the Luna, we have a double ancient stack on the left side.
Okay.
It's just done by Solo. So Mask of Madness Ramses, we'll be able to farm that one soon. And I think Armlet was finished up for Crystallize. Pretty much done.
Nice close.
On top of Soul Ring. Soul Ring is actually such a good item now on Strength Heroes, in particular for the Chaos Knight. Yeah. Because very mana intense hero. Quite effective. And Roger has started to catch back up. 0-3 on the Night Stalker here, but he's been giving a couple lanes to farm up.
Oh, Lil. Get eyes onto General as well. He's there. Still not quite having that level 6 on the Slardar, so that's going to make things a lot easier in terms of catching the Weaver.
VP has a pretty significant lineup to take Roche as well with that Corrosive Haze. One Slaughter hit 6. Plus Edict and Luna, they have so much damage, physical damage. Seneko finds Solo.
He does, he finds the grab. Pasha will come in, trying to back up the Wyvern. Ramses is there with the Eclipse. He's broken through the Shaman. Solo actually going to be able to keep himself alive as well with the Cold Embrace. For now, Roger will still try and chase, but Ramses is there. Pushes Roger away.
Comes in from the back.
Solo should go down for sure, and indeed General will finally pick up the kill in return. He's looking for more. He's got his eyes on Pasha. Pasha going for the TP, but oh! The Siphon and the Crypt Swarm from Dendi. It's enough. NaVi will get the favorable trade there. 2 for 1 with those rotations. Crystallize also on the hunt in the mid lane, as it seems. He's popped Phantasm.
Such quick rotations coming out from NaVi. Serpent Ward's now on the mid tower, plus Phantasm. Put a good amount of damage on this one here.
Now Roger on the hunt. We'll walk into a quick crush from Lil. NaVi putting on the pressure. How do VP react? They head forward. They've got the Winter's Curse holding Roger in place. Sets up for the stun from no one. And Roger will go down. VP able to take the Night Stalker's life. And will keep that tier 1 tower alive. On top of farming up the Serpent Wards left behind.
Yeah. Save their tower. Very significant keeping those tier 1s up, especially when you're playing with a Luna, to be able to farm that jungle and farm those ancient stacks over and over again. Now NaVi has invaded a bit of the VP jungle though with the Weaver and the Death Prophet. While we look on the opposing side, look at how much they're emphasizing on just keeping vision on the ancients from the side of VP actually. These 2 wards, just watching where the Death Prophet can farm. I mean, a lot of the time it is, Dendi does resort to going back and farming those in majority of his games where he plays these nukers. Crystallize, trying to be sneaky here. He wants Pasha. Wrap around from Seneko.
Oh, they're going to get a lot easily there with the shackles. The Rift as well, dragging Pasha back into the clutches of Crystallize. NaVi certainly doing their best, keeping on par with the rate of farm of VP's lineup. You know, Ramses, he's got that Mask of Madness. But he's only a couple of hundred ahead of Crystallizer's CK.
Yeah.
Very, very close at the moment between the 2 carries.
The big thing for VP is having the Blink Dagger on the Slaughter. Then they actually have ways to start the fight. Because right now their way to start the fight is a Curse. General. They know where he is right now. He has to jump back. Instant TP comes out from him afterwards too. Nicely done by him. How long do we have for Serpent Wards? 8 seconds. Seneko will try to go for that tier 1 tower top. They should be able to claim it as well with that.
Find that Siege Creep move themselves onto it.
Yeah.
This should be a freebie. Not even needing the Serpent Wars for this one.
Yeah,
Bottom lane, Ramses. They're looking to go in onto the Luna. They've got the silence. Ramses trying to turn and fight back. He knows that there's no escape. He's very far out, very alone. He'll get taken down. VP still trying to fight though. Get some sort of a trade. They've got their eyes on Roger. Roger trying to flap himself over the high ground. He will not make it. Crystallize actually catches out no one on the side of him with the Phantasm, pulls him apart. Lil trying to fight this. You can't afford to do so. The Winter's Curse coming out on the wrong target. It's a double, it's a triple kill for Crystallize. He just gets it handed to himself there. Sure, I mean, the first kill expected, but then Lil and Solo sort of just walking into that one, and the panic plays were there. VP sort of pressed all the buttons, and the outcome weren't great.
Now General's top, stalking Pasha. They're able to claim mid tower as well. NaVi making all the right moves.
With the Echo Saber, I mean, we saw the core matchups this game. At this stage, with the farm that the CK has, anytime that's ults up, you really can't turn up to the fight if you're VP.
No, they need...
The Leshrac gets ripped apart. The Luna's going to get ripped apart if she pops the Mask of Madness, and then she gets dragged in. It's very scary at this stage for VP to make the pushes that they want to try and make happen.
Yeah, they need a much more significant armor, pretty much, to deal with that reality rip.
Yeah.
Just digs right through it. No one does have the Bloodstone finished up at a pretty decent timing, though, 17 minutes after that death. But yeah, when you have a Luna, you ideally, with this hero, you want to be ahead in farm, especially versus CK, because CK doesn't flash farm in the same fashion. Sure, you hit pretty hard, so you kill creeps quickly, but you don't kill
I'll see it again here. I mean, you can tell the temptation. Lil finds the crush, he starts to back away, but then he's like, oh, maybe we can.
He curses the right target, or he hits the right target, and then the curse comes out, because no one was actually pinging the other one for a solo, so a little bit of a mistake coming out.
I mean, it was, they were so grouped together, there was always going to be a very hard play to pull off.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite there for VP, much to the joy of Crystallize.
A soldier's fortune.
Ramsey's working on a triple ancient stack, or a 4x ancient stack at mid. So making that way toward that Mantis Stone. Roger has queued up the Aghanim Scepter, so Vision looking to be important for him in this game, so we can get those catches.
Okay. Yeah, very nice for being able to get the chase with the Rift. Meaning that no sort of jukes will get you away from the CK and his catch.
Yeah, I think it's always nice to have Aghanims, at least when you're playing versus like some type of initiator like a Slardar.
Oh, yeah.
Once you have the urn charges, you just throw the urn from him from a distance.
Yeah. Also makes the life of the Nature's Prophet even harder when he tries to go for that split. Into the pit they go. They'll pop the CK out and the Serpent Ward's down for this one. They're looking for even the Exorcism. NaVi, they want to take this as quick as they can. 3 ornaments down.
This is huge for NaVi though.
And it's an easy Roche with 3 ults. I'd certainly hope so.
Wow. VP is under the gun here. They kind of have to stick together now versus this NaVi lineup. And the warding game from NaVi has been very good so far. They're watching all the movements. They see where the Slardar's farming. So the Blink will be coming out on Lil very soon, though. And that's going to be the big part where VP can actually look to try to go for these pickoffs, because
sure. I mean,
haven't been able to find them.
It's still, with the lineups, it just looks very hard for VP. Even if they find that Blink initiation, if they're not getting the CK will quickly turn to that Slardar, drag him in, and rip him apart with the ult. I mean, VP, they still do have this incredible strength in terms of just pushing, taking tower by tower, and they'll look to push it onto the tier 2 bottom.
Look at the tier 2 top, though. NaVi, Roger, and Seneko are taking that one out as well. Seneko TP's out, but...
Oh, Dendi. He has been caught out in the mid lane. Oh. And he'll buy himself some time with the Yule Scepter, but he's surrounded by 4. Dendi. Not quite sure what the plan was there. He was very far out on his own at that tier 2 mid.
Yeah. Ramsey's denies top. We'll have Mantis Style finish shortly. Still a very close game. Experience leading for NaVi just a bit. But those kind of deaths from Dendi are very costly. It's a lot of time for VP to farm up the map. But the 3 cores on the side of NaVi are doing incredibly well. Weaver, 7,300 net worth. The other 2, 8,300 and 9K on Death Prophet and Chaos Knight.
Crystallize. Got an Invis rune. And on his own, without the ult, it's going to be... You can't really go for that sort of solo play.
They need at least
with a +1, he can definitely attempt it.
He's going in, though.
He's trying it. I mean, it's a little ambitious just on his own. He does have the backup inbound. Cold Embrace on Ramsey. He's trying to buy him some time. Crystallize still trying to go for this. He rifts him in, but now he's been caught out by the Crush, and he may go down once. No, he gets the stun off in time. Will find Lil before Lil can get any sort of follow-through, and Crystallize does survive this. They've lost General. NaVi still trying to fight. They've got their eyes onto Solo. No one's on the high ground. Holding them back. Pasha there as well with the Sprout and Orchid, but Crystallize is there with the Rift once again.
Man,
and it pays off. I mean, it looked a little risky for NaVi, Crystallize opening up like that, but it pays off at the end of the day. Yeah. VP just couldn't quite kill this CK with the Armlet, and the Echo is too tanky, apparently.
I mean, Crystallize is playing so well in this series.
Yeah.
The last game he played like almost perfect on that morphing. I would say very little mistakes. This time down the CK, 6-0-1. Echo Saber, Armlet, and the Blink Dagger now finished up. So he's got the Blink to get those big catches and blow people up off guard.
I mean, it really has to be terrifying for VP that he can go for that sort of aggression, and VP couldn't punish it. I mean, Ramsey's definitely, he's doing his best to keep up and keep ahead.
Yeah.
And if they can find the sort of the AoE stuns, they've got to catch multiple heroes out at a time. They can delete some of the heroes of NaVi at the start of the fight.
Yeah. Uh-oh. VP.
Oh, they're without their 2 supports. They're left behind on the side. The Winter's Curse down. Nothing more than just a bit of a slowdown for Roger, as Roger will survive. No one looks for the stun. Is he going to find it? They do get the silence onto the Weaver. Can they bring General down in time? They can't. He gets the chance for the time-lapse. Eclipse does come through, though, and it's doing a hell of a lot. Ramses claims the life of General. Was able to pop the ages of Crystallize, but Crystallize, he's ready to go to work. The Cold Embrace saves there, though, for Solo. He can't finish off Ramses. Crystallize, he's surrounded by 4. They'll take his aegis, and they'll take his life as well. No one has the bug on him. They get it off in time. No one stays alive. And NaVi losing a very painful team fight for themselves there. Beautiful entrance from Ramses with the Eclipse, just shredding Na'Vi at that position.
The damage from the 3 cores there. The Wrath of Nature, the Edict plus the Pulse Nova as well as the Eclipse just doing such crazy magical damage at this moment in time.
I mean, General very lucky to sort of get a second chance at this fight.
And look where Dendi is on the map. You see on the mini-map, he's all the way at bottom, so he's not in this fight. So
he's just
VP
in the jungle.
Surrounds them. This is just VP outnumbering them heavily here.
I mean, that's the absolute. If they had the Death Prophet there with an Exorcism and a good silence, they could have kept Crystallize alive. He would have been able to do much more with that, but yeah, it looks like the coordination there from Na'Vi not quite.
They probably thought they could take it without him because he was nowhere near the area. So the fact they took that fight knowing that he could not get there. So it's not like Dendi's fault by any means.
No.
Na'Vi thought that they could just get that without him. But yeah, VP. Now 20 Bloodstone charges finished up on the Lesh, and Ramsey's getting this big item timing. Manta Style was finished at an ideal one, and now BKB soon to be online. The big thing there, though, is definitely Solo's positioning to get that Cold Embrace. And I mean, Slack's mentioned on the panel, but Cold Embrace is a significantly powerful tool versus CK.
Shadow Blade for Pasha. Go for those split plays and also find the opening with the Orchid. Onto heroes like General. General has got his eyes on no one. No one goes for the TP out. We'll make it just before Soneko's in range.
Navi's been playing very aggressive this game, though. Only 2K advantage coming out for VP here. Experience is pretty much leveled out.
Been slightly up and down. Definitely a close one once again.
Yeah. Luna has gotten to that point where she's very comfortable, though. 3K gold ahead of the next carry. I mean, he doesn't know that entirely, but he's going to have BKB plus level 18 at like 25 minutes. That's got to feel pretty good for Ramses there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Navi now, pressuring bottom. Full BKB was picked up by Dendi too.
Okay.
Still lacking on the armor department, but he won't be able to get bursted down now from that massive Lesh magical damage.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Actually popping the fortification here. Na'Vi, they do have all ultimates. They could try and push for high ground. There's no fall.
They could, but I think it's really risky versus Winter Wyvern.
Actually, and I guess as well with the push from VP, they're already forcing Na'Vi back with their own push.
You can just get surrounded way too hard there.
Yeah.
You're playing versus like Eclipse and stuff. You don't have BKBs ready. There's an insane amount of magic damage on the side of VP.
Pasha leaving him with the Shadow Blade. Oh, General. Gets the Shikuchi off for crush opportunities there for Lil. Each team back to their own respective halves of the map. 4K lead for VP with those towers they were just able to take, getting a lot done, and now smoking up. They're looking to get more done. Straight away.
Got eyes on Crystallize.
Who can they open up onto? There's the crush immediately. Hex comes out. Soneka trying to do his best to save the man, but Crystallize falling low and falling down. 55 seconds, no CK. As you said, the problem that was mentioned, not having that sort of a save. Then he's trying to come in with General, look for some sort of return kill, and will claim Solo's life. Can they get anything more, though? They look a little timid, a little scared to do so. Ramses comes across from the high ground. They've got eyes on Roger, bringing him down, but he's a little too speedy. They can't control him. But this is indeed the problem for Navi. If that jump is there onto the CK, it's very hard for them to keep Crystallize alive.
Yeah. And now they turn it into a tier 2 push bottom. They got the tier 2 mid.
Yeah.
So quite a few sequence of events coming out from VP.
Bottom tower is under attack.
An incredibly fast push from VP.
Dire's bottom tower
21 Bloodstone charges on no one there, going the right way. And level 18 as well.
What's he picked up for his next item? The Blink Dagger, I think it was? Okay. So Blink, BKB, Shivas are probably the next two. Shivas and BKBs would seem pretty ideal. Definitely want some armor, though. Ramses has queued up the Butterfly next. Very good versus CK.
See what they can do here, VP. Once again, with the smoke play. Crystallize does have Phantasm at the ready.
They're pinging exactly where Navi is. They're trying to make a go here.
Oh, here we have it. Soneko gets the Hex off, but the slow's already there. 4-man silence from Dendi. And it will be just leaving Soneko behind as he tanks the gank. The rest of the team looking to get up. Crystallize will make it, Lil.
Just off the mark.
Yeah, I was hoping that crush would have been in range, but was not quite there with that blink play. Roshan is up. VP. I recognize this, and as quickly as NaVi were able to take it the first time round, VP just as quickly will be able to do it here second time.
Yeah, and this one's got the cheese, and they've got a very nice illusion rune for that Luna right afterwards. And their lanes are all in great position, so they could turn this directly into a push. And oh my god, they find Roger.
Oh, straight up. The bash as well from Lil. They'll have a silence from Dendi trying to buy him time. The stun connects from no one. Ramses with the wraparound, and he should have more than enough damage. One more touch will do it. Solo to be the one to claim the kill, and now with an 8k gold lead. VP getting some serious momentum. Crystallize indeed caught outside the base, trying to keep himself alive with a lifesteal of the Rift, but it's not going to work. That's CK down for a minute. He does have buyback. And he may need you. VP, they push incredibly fast with the Lesh and the Luna.
I think he's going to have to, yeah. If this tier 3 tower drops, it's going to be really hard for Navi to defend. We see what Glaives do to the base.
And, you know, off the back of the fights and such, just look at the level difference between Ramses and Crystallize. Level 20 on the Luna, level 16 on the CK.
Yeah.
He's falling so far behind in experience.
He was 6-0 with 120 last hits on Crystallize. Now he's 6-3 with 154. The momentum has really swung into the favor of VP in the last like 8 or so minutes.
Very nice coordination and team play from VP, which is absolutely necessary in this matchup with the lineup they have. They're here to take those objectives early on. In 29 minutes, they're coming up to the 30-minute mark. They're definitely going to be happy with what they've achieved so far this game. All tier 2s down. And with the Aegis and Cheese, they can certainly look to try and pressure for tier 3 soon.
Yeah, I mean, Butterfly's about to be, or getting close to be finished up on Ramses.
Yeah.
No one's actually just queued up the boots of travel, just getting speedier. And Solo will have a Blink Dagger soon for that counter initiation with the curse.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
BKB for Pash as well, so you'll have no trouble getting in.
Getting a lot of big item
the
timings.
fights.
On the side of Navi, there's the BKB's queued up from General. The BKB's been queued up from Crystallize for a while, but he's been slowed down so heavily. He can't find the opportunities to farm just because of the pace that VP has been setting. And Dendi as well. We haven't been able to see the exorcisms get off in great positions just because, VP's just been kind of running at them.
I feel like we haven't seen an exorcism in a long time. They've just not found the opportunity to fight with them.
General bottom, Pasha's looking for a solo kill.
Oh, they've got eyes onto Roger. Roger is gone, as you say, indeed, the same time Pasha, well, with the Orchid plane, the right click that this man can offer. Getting the pick-off after pick-off. Navi, they are hemorrhaging kills over the last 10 minutes. It's 22-14, 15k gold lead for VP. And that's still, as I say, with it, they haven't broken the base yet. Once they take these easy T3s, they're going to be even further ahead.
Yeah, no glyph available. And now it's actually double siege wave as well, so they've got that extra little push power.
Oh no, Crystallize, he comes forward and instantly gets stunned and silenced. He's gone. He doesn't have buyback. Crystallize, after such a brilliant game 2, he's struggled here in game 3 multiple times. The CK just gets taken out of the fights. General time lapses into a stun. It's all falling apart. This top Rax has gone. GG is called. Navi just crumbled in game 3 as VP, they had enough. They turned it up. They picked the pushes. They had this Luna. They had this Nature's